Hello, this is Dragon Master Ranger, and today we're going to be looking at the various balance changes that have occurred to the megazords. So let's see, it says, despite their tough exteriors, megazords need some love and care. This balance pass has several goals: increase use of breakers, increase use of strike combos, decrease the use of slot cycling, use only the abilities of the single slot. Yep, that happens an awful lot. Moves have trade-offs. For example, fast move, low PEP should not also have high range, high damage, and good range. With this balance pass, most abilities on each megazord should have their time in place. This is intended to add more strategy and variety into the combat. We also took time to look at characters like megazord and increase their overall utility. Overall changes. Destabilizes is when your megazord is hit with an ability that makes it rock back and electricity flow through him. Any hit during this point will take double damage. We adjusted the length of all megazords to be about 2.6 seconds to make a greater contrast between destabilized and downed stun. Okay, first up, balance changes. Dino Megazord. Power Sword needed to give a boost, to give you a reason to use it in the battle. We reduced the damage of the Power Sword since it provided both utility and damage. Now Power Sword is a great opener for Dino's other moves. Yeah, when I used this sword, I didn't always use the Power Sword to set everything up. I often used... Oh, they've left that one. Oh, okay. Okay, so Sabertooth Kick said its base damage decreased by 12%. Power Swords decreased by 54. Oof. That really won't do much damage now. 54% down. Damn. Jumping Thrust increased by 50%. Oh, okay, that's good. And Lightning Blast increased by 10%. Oof. That move does a ton of damage already. It's going to do even more now. Megagolder's defensive reverse guard was more of a liability than a good counter. We switched the move to a strike and changed his single hit combo strikes. Giant Backhand and Titan's Stomp are now defensive move types. We also boosted his overall damage. Golden needed some love. Giant Backhand, move type defensive, was Breaker. Okay. Base damage decreased by 20%. Base damage increased by 24% for Savage Strikes. Titan Stomp. They've made it defensive, but was a strike before. They've increased the EP cost, but they've increased the damage, so reverse guard, move type, strike was defense. Base damage increased by 18%. Okay. One thing I think I'm going to find with this update is it's going to completely change how people use the Zords. You know, in a way, so much that it feels like every Zord has been nerfed all at once. Because if you think about it, when they nerf something, they usually nerf a couple of things, but they've nerfed the whole entire mechanic of the whole Zord. So it's going to completely change everything. And the people who are quick learners will get this in a click. But people who take a bit longer, they're going to real struggle with all the events for Megazord that come. That's one thing I do find. Anyway, Swooping tackle's been increased 5%. Seismic stab's been increased by 85%. Yeah, no one really used that move actually because of how slow it was and how blockable it was, how counterable it was. Whoa, the ultimate's been adjusted by 30%. Okay. Mega Black Dragon. Okay, Black Dragon's in a good place. Okay, so they've increased the tails weight by 75%. Really? Base damage increased by 6 for Pounding Pummel. Yep. Pretty much everyone used that move, but it was a bit, counterable, so if it does more damage per hit of the move, then maybe that'd be good. Base damage decreased of Nega Beam. Okay, no, that is bad. They've decreased his most powerful... They've decreased the most powerful move he has. Really? But they've increased the Roar, and they've increased the Havoc Laser. But then again, Nega Beam is only 2 costs, so it doesn't deserve to be that much high anyway. But at least, well, we've got Havoc Laser being 43% higher, and then we've got base damage of the missile charge being decreased. Fair enough. The Predazord. The Predazord's wild tailspin was greatly underpowered. We fixed that and slightly adjusted his other abilities. Hammerhead Smash. Base damage decreased by 30%. Wild Tailspin increased by 200%. Whoa, it does double what it used to. Looks like that's going to be the go-to move now. Not that I use Predator, but maybe I might start using it. Gator Staff, base damage decreased by 30%. Predator Wave, base damage increased by 30%. Okay. Yeah, people didn't always use that move actually, because of how high cost it was. Javelin Strike, base damage increased by 21%. Yeah, that was one of his go-to moves. Ultimate, base damage increased by 50%. Ooh, bug fix as well. Fixed that bug where Predazord would recover from downstate too quickly. Yeah, that all happened. While most of Samurai's damage was low cost counter allowed Samurai to cycle through his special slot and ignore the rest of his abilities. We increased the cost of Samurai Focus to reduce the cycling along with switching the move slots of 8% and Furious Line. We increased the damage of Samurai's combos to make them viable. Okay, so... Yep, because it says that people spam the special here. That wasn't always the case. Some people just spam the primaries. So they fixed that. They fixed the special slot spamming. They've also fixed the primary slot spamming. So you can't spam either slot now because none of the slots are go-to now. Which means you have to use primary, you have to use special, and you have to use a super. Although Samurai, people are probably still not going to use a super, regardless of what buffs they do to them, unless they decrease the EP cost of them, because they're too slow for how much damage they do and how much, speed. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, base damage increased by 15%, changed to primary for the Furious Lionhowl. Blade Storm's been decreased by 38%. Ape Assault's been decreased by 28% and changed to special. So my focus is now 4 cost, was 3. Base damage increased by 130%. So even though they've increased the cost, they've made it more viable. And they've increased the base damage of the shield bash. I actually used the shield bash. That was the only super I actually used. It's a bit more of a go-to now. Okay, the Thunder Megazord was another Megazord that could cycle through a single slot and ignore all his other abilities. The counter was at high damage at such a low cost, so we increased the cost by 1 and decreased the damage. Lion Surge, base damage increased by 6%. Changed hit reaction from down stun to destabilize. Okay, that might change a lot. That's the one where they go backward and forward, isn't it? Yeah. Thunder Blow, base damage increased by 16%. Saber Strikes, base damage increased by 6%. Changed hit reaction from destabilized to downed. Right. Oh, so that means you can't double up on Saber Strikes anymore to get the stun effect anymore, because stun doesn't do the purple. No. Yeah, stun doesn't do purple. Oh, so you can double up on Lion Surge to get the purple. But space damage is increased by 6, so you could still do it. It's just Saber Strikes isn't going to be the go-to move for him anymore. Saber Parry, EP cost was 2, now 3. Okay. Base damage decreased by 34%. Whirlwind, base damage decreased by 39%. But Mega Beam, base damage decreased by 17. Okay, yes. Ultimate, base damage increased by 50%. Okay, that's good. It's real good. Okay, finally, the Delta Squad Megazord. Delta's full screen attacks has high damage per EP than the short range abilities. We adjusted the damage to make the short range attacks more useful. Okay, that is good. That is good. That is good for the reason that it now means that people wouldn't be spamming his delta dives anymore. Okay, 4-5-4 combo, base damage increased by 10, Delta Strike, base damage increased by 55%, SP Double Slash, base damage decreased by 21, okay, Justice Lance, 4 was 5, base damage decreased by 14, Delta Dive, base damage decreased by 77, Crime Seam Tape, base damage increased by 21%, Bug Fix Delta can now cancel breakers like the other megazords. Right, so does that mean that as soon as the moves activate you can cancel it a lot quicker than you used to be able to? Okay, that's good. Alright guys, comment down below of what you think about this update, because this is probably the most major update they've had for the megazords yet. So anything can happen. Every Zord is going to be viable in their own way now. How we play them is going to be completely different. There won't be anything, there'll be no such term as easy wins, because everyone has got to learn how to use them again. Because for the last few months, everyone in Megazord is pretty much knows how to use them. They know how to win. They know how to do it. But now they've changed it, so now everyone's got to do some learning now. Anyway, this is your host, Dragon Master Ranger, signing out.